Today we're going to take a deep dive into your mindset and how to shift from a yoga teacher mindset to an online yogipreneur mindset. You might be wondering, what are they? What is a yoga teacher mindset? What is a yogipreneur mindset? I'm going to reveal all. But this shift is extremely important if you want to build a profitable and thriving online yoga business. And there's something that they don't tell you when you complete your 200-hour teacher training and embark on this journey as a yoga teacher, and that's that cultivating a yogipreneur mindset is everything. Now, I didn't have this entrepreneurial mindset when I first started building my business, and it actually took me some time before I finally figured out why those beginning months, those beginning weeks, those beginning months felt like a struggle. And I just left a 15-year corporate marketing career, and it's fair to say that I wasn't embodying the mindset of a business owner, and I was very much embodying an employee mindset. And that employee mindset is a very different place to the mindset of an entrepreneur, of a business owner. And because of that, I was holding myself back, right? I was holding myself back because I was still thinking like an employee working in corporate land. And that's exactly how you might be thinking if you currently have the mindset of a yoga teacher who's relying on studio and drop-in classes to pay the bills. Now, what I should have been doing much earlier was working on cultivating my mindset for success by shifting from thinking just as a yoga teacher to actually thinking like a yogipreneur. And the good news about this is that, you know, when I realized that it was my mindset that was holding me back, because it wasn't a lack of, you know, marketing knowledge, I was able to take the steps to transform my mindset and to, you know, take action to become more aware of the thought patterns and the limiting beliefs that were actually keeping me from playing a bigger game in my business. Because up until that point, I was playing small, okay? And perhaps you can relate to this. And probably, you know, I'm guessing that you probably became a yoga teacher because yoga changed your life, and it's your mission now to share this magical, life-changing experience with other people. And you didn't realize that you'd also have to become a yoga business owner, right? You didn't know that you were going to have to become an entrepreneur. Like, they didn't teach you that in your teacher training. And, you know, when you cultivate the mindset of a thriving yogipreneur, you embrace the strategies that are required to actually grow your community online, and you start to show up in a much bigger way, okay, when you do this. Owning a business is actually 80% mindset and it's 20% strategies. You know, those business strategies will never work unless you have the business mindset to match. And, you know, to succeed in 2022, it's essential that you have that you shift your mindset from the yoga teacher mindset to the thriving yogipreneur mindset. And that's what today's session is about. I'm going to talk to you about the shifts. I'm going to share the shifts that you need to make in order to do this and in order to succeed in 2022. That's what we're talking about today. My question to you today is, what is the state of your mindset right now? Is it the yoga teacher mindset, or is it the yogipreneur who is here to make a big impact online mindset? Wherever you are is absolutely okay. We're going to shift it today. If you are in the yoga teacher mindset, we're going to look at how you can shift it so that you can succeed in 2022. And, you know, many teachers think that the reason that their business isn't growing is that they don't have enough money to put into their business. Or, you know, there are teachers out there who are afraid to make that transition from, a full-time job because it's not the right time, or they won't be able to pay their bills, if they try to make their side hustle, teaching yoga, a business, right? And what is really holding these teachers back is their mindset. Because transitioning from employee to entrepreneur is a huge mindset shift, like especially if you are used to the predictability, let's say, of having that regular paycheck at the end of the month, and predictability of going into the same office every day, or maybe working from home every day, Zooming every day with your colleagues. And quitting your job and starting your own yoga business, it's only half the battle. Like, you need to prepare to be an entrepreneur. And besides, putting a plan together, you also need to prepare your mind. So remember that your habits, your daily habits, dictate your success. And if you're still stuck in this, 9-to-5 employee mindset, then your business will fail, really. You need to adopt an entrepreneurial mindset. And, you need to look at how successful business owners think and do, and you need to start doing that. You need to start thinking the way that the world's top business owners do. And I've studied many successful entrepreneurs to look at how they think and how they do things in their business. And there's some key things that I've discovered and looked at implementing myself, the way that I show up as a business owner, because it is very different. There's some really key distinct differences here from you being an employee and working for someone else, and you now stepping into that role and stepping into the shoes and wearing the hat of a business owner is very, very different. So you must prepare yourself for the realities of being an entrepreneur and make a decision, right? Make a decision to train your brain and to approach things in a different way. Yeah. So that means you need to be open. You need to open your mind to new possibilities that may not have been an option, when you were in that 9-to-5. Okay, we need to open our mind up to this. And so today I want to share some shifts that are essential if you are going to show up as a business owner and not a yoga teacher who's been relying on studio classes or drop-in classes, because we're going to shift that today. Instead, we're going to start to show up as a thriving yogipreneur who's growing their community online, who is showing up, who's being visible, who's serving their community. And, before I dive into it, I want to just really make it super clear that you must be so passionate about doing this. You must be so passionate. If you're not passionate and really, truly connected to your why, you won't survive. Okay, I'm going to just tell it as it is. You won't survive because you'll give up. If you're not really passionate about this thing that you want to share online, you'll end up giving up, and you won't have that grit to see it through and to work through the challenges that, come with being a business owner. And, even if you have an idea that, is an idea to help people, if you're not passionate about it, guys, it's going to be very difficult to keep showing up in this space. But if you have an idea and you know that you can help people to transform, and you know that you can help people to, get results in a specific area of their life, and you're passionate about helping people to get these results, like, that's half the battle. Truly, it is. It's half the battle. And the next thing is to shift your mindset to think like a business owner so that you can continue to show up. So let's just take a look then at what these mindset shifts are that will help you to shift from the yoga teacher employee mindset to the yogipreneur, business owner, entrepreneur, CEO mindset, right? That's where we want to be. And the first thing that I want to start with is about fear, right? It's about fear, because as a business owner, you're likely feeling all the fears. Maybe it's the fear of being visible. Maybe it's the fear of, I'm not ready yet, or, I don't feel good enough, right? Maybe there's a lot of imposter syndrome that's coming up. It's all fear-based thoughts. Fear-based thoughts. We know we can change our thoughts, right? We just have to make the decision to do that. And, maybe it's the fear that no one's going to like what you have to offer. Fears never really go away. Like, I still feel fear. And as you grow and as you level up, new fears come up. Okay? So we have to learn how to better manage and control fears. And, one of the best ways that I've personally found to do this is to allow your fear to become your fuel. Okay, allow your fear to become your fuel, because those yoga business owners who are successful, they experience success not because they don't have any fears or there's an absence of fear. It's because they learn how to manage their fears. And the fear of failure is a pretty big one, right? Because when we're doing something new and we're really putting ourselves out there, and we've got our friends and family all watching, oh, what's she doing? Starting a yoga business, or who's he think he is doing this? There's a fear of failure, fear of, what if I fail? Like, what if this doesn't work out? And so rather than thinking that, try reframing that question. Like, what if I don't try? What if I never try this thing that keeps, coming up, that's sitting on my shoulder? This idea that I have. What if I never do anything with that? What are you potentially giving up by not trying? And honestly, right, if you aren't failing in your yoga business, you aren't trying, really. And if you're not trying, you're not succeeding. Let me say that again. If you aren't failing, you are not trying. Okay, and if you're not trying, you're not succeeding. So why don't we just acknowledge that there's a fear of failure there, and then put it aside so that we can simply just focus on what we need to focus on, which is making it work, right? Which is trying, which is doing, which is moving forward, which is taking imperfect action, which is making progress. And, if we look at this fear of failure and where it comes from, from a young age, we're told that failure is bad, right? We're told that, we need to avoid that. We're punished for making mistakes. We have this conditioning, really, from home and from school particularly, where our grades matter. And if we don't get the grades, then we fail. And so many of us grow up with this deep fear of failure. Yeah, we view it as, fatal, really, when actually it's just a part of learning. Yeah. And what are we doing as business owners? We're learning. Yeah, we're learning. Like, when you become a yoga business owner, you must let go of this fear of failure, because it's part of entrepreneurship, right? You're taking a risk. Being an entrepreneur means taking risks. And, when I left my full-paid marketing job, my well-paid full-time marketing career, I was taking a risk, because you're not guaranteed to succeed, right? But you are guaranteed to fail at something along the way. Like, many things will fail along the way. Like, maybe your online course will not get the results that you wanted. Maybe it will be a complete flop. The first time I launched an online course, I had 0 enrollments, 0 income. Okay, maybe you'll have students who ask for a refund. Maybe you'll spend money on something like Facebook ads and you don't get any, you don't get any traction. You don't convert anyone. Failure is actually just feedback, right? It's feedback that something isn't working quite right. And it's feedback that tells you that you have something to learn, okay? But you're still making progress because you're learning. And I've failed many, many times. I don't even bat an eyelid now when something goes wrong. I just make a note of it, of what went wrong, and I keep moving forward. Yeah, because I know I'm not going to make that same mistake again, okay? Because I'm learning, and that's the key thing. And I used to be, if I think about when I was an employee, especially, I was a hardcore perfectionist, right? I wanted everything to be right. It took up so much time. I put everything into everything I was doing to make it, perfect and to really impress, and it would take up so much time. And this is the opposite to how you need to operate as an entrepreneur, right? Because if you spend so much time, you're not moving forward, you're not taking action, you're not like just getting yourself out there, you're staying stuck, really. Okay, so that's the first mindset shift that we need to make, is to really just embrace our fears, use them as fuel to keep moving forward. And related to this, it's really about, making the shift around getting comfortable with uncertainty and with feeling uncomfortable, essentially. Because you may not know like where your next student is going to come from, or whether your online course launch is going to be a success. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty in the early days, like when you're still trying to create a process that you can repeat, right? To do things in a certain way. And the reality is that you need to become comfortable with this, because otherwise, if you don't, you're going to be just in a state of anxiety, really. So you have to become comfortable with this uncertainty and with feeling uncomfortable and with feeling like you don't know what you're doing, right? Get comfortable with that feeling, and this is the opposite, isn't it, to the employee mindset, especially if you've been in a role for a long time. You can become very comfortable when you've been in a role for even just a year, but a number of years maybe, and you're doing the same thing day in, day out. You can actually do your job with your eyes closed. And then on the other hand, when you become your own boss, when you are the business owner, it becomes very unpredictable. And you need to embrace this discomfort that comes with that. So be prepared, right? Be prepared to get comfortable with taking risks, right? With taking risks, with trying new things, and, sometimes going against what other people are telling you, right? You need to trust your instincts. You really, really do. Because what I found is that when I would share my ideas with friends and family, let's say, especially in the early days, they would all have an opinion about it. Their opinion was generally, unless they're a business owner themselves, coming from an employee mindset. Okay? Don't listen to that, guys. Don't listen to that. Not everybody here is, leaving their 9 to 5 and becoming a business owner. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We're the weird ones here, right? We're the unique ones who have decided to do this, okay? And so you need to trust your instincts. You need to trust your gut. You need to just make the decisions that feel right for you and your business as you grow it, especially in the early days. So, of course, take advice and listen to coaches and mentors and other business owners, but be wary of the advice that you get from friends and family that aren't business owners themselves. Of course, they want to support you, but also they're looking out for you, right? And they aren't used to taking these risks. So when they see you taking a risk, they can become very wary of that and maybe project that onto you. So just be aware of that, because I've definitely experienced that myself. Okay, mindset shift number 3 is to be ready to wear all of the hats, right? Wear all of the hats and to take responsibility for your results. Okay, let me explain this a bit more. So let's say you are a new online Yogipreneur. We're going to call you a Yogipreneur, right? From now on, you're a Yogipreneur. Let's say you're a newbie online Yogipreneur. You're just starting to grow your community online. Maybe you've been teaching in studios up until now, and you're making that decision to transition. When you're just starting out in your business, like every job is your job now, right? You're the accountant, you're the website developer, you're, the marketer. You are wearing lots of different hats, okay? And so you need to constantly be learning new things, learning new skills and working hard. And you're taking on a new level of responsibility because the success or failure or the lessons comes down to you, okay? So you are responsible for making, the big decisions, and you're also responsible for stepping up, right? Stepping up as a leader in your space so that you can promote your business. Because if you're not promoting it, who is, right? And, so that you can build your brand online and your presence. So you have to take responsibility for all of these areas. Like you can't blame the economy or your family or other responsibilities if something doesn't work out, okay? So this is no place for victimhood, right? This is your business and your results come from what you put into it, essentially, and your capabilities. And this means we need to understand, as a business owner, we need to understand where our time is best used. Where our time is best used, right? So, for instance, you may start your business and think that the best use of your time is growing a community on Instagram. Yes, that's something you do want to be doing, right? That's definitely something you want to be doing, but it's not the best use of your time. The best use of your time, if you want to become a thriving online yogipreneur, is to spend your time growing your email list. That's the best use of your time. So if you don't know these things, if you don't know that, then it's going to be more difficult to actually make a success of this, okay? And that's when we can start to fall into victimhood if we don't know what the right marketing strategies are that we need to be focusing on. Okay, so find out, understand, learn, get support, ensure that you are ensure that you're spending your time in the right places. And, as I said, like your results come from your capabilities and from your knowledge, essentially. And if you're not achieving the results that you want, like that's fine. It's just telling you that you need to take a look at what's working, what's not. And, spend some more time like researching your ideal student, start working with a coach or a mentor, start tweaking your messaging, like look at your messaging and what you're putting out there, repackage up like what you're offering. Yeah, there's so many things that you can do like to turn it around and to get better results. And, giving up is not an option, right? It's not really an option. Well, it is an option. It's a one option you can take, but it's not the option that a true yogipreneur takes. Like they know that this is just part of the learning process, right? They know that this is part of the experience and that failure is part of it. And they get up, they recognize what they need to move forward. They ensure they don't make that mistake again, and then they try again, right? That's the difference. That's the difference here. So what I want to say also with, you taking responsibility of your results, don't forget to celebrate your results. Don't forget to celebrate the wins, the small things, the big things, whatever it is. Like if you want to have more wins, you need to reinforce that success. And you can do that by celebrating your success. That's truly important. It really is. Okay, mindset shift number 4. This is a really important one to embrace. And it's to no longer trade your time for money, okay? So when you're teaching a 60-minute class at a yoga studio, you're being paid based on your time. Okay? When you're teaching a student privately one-to-one, like even if it's online, you're being paid for your time. Thriving online yogipreneurs know that in order to build a sustainable and profitable yoga business, they must stop trading their time for money. Instead, what do? Okay, they sell the results. They sell results. They don't sell time. So, you're saying goodbye, okay, as an employee mindset who does trade their time for money. You're saying goodbye to, a weekly or a monthly paycheck, yeah? And instead, you're working at getting paid based on results, not time, okay? Yeah, so this mindset shift is the mindset shift that allows you to skyrocket your income, right? This is what can blow the ceiling off your income, right? Income potential, right? We're blowing the ceiling off it. And, let's say that you create an online yoga course. You are selling a result here, right? You're selling a result. Your student doesn't care how many hours it took you to create the course. They're not interested in that. They're interested in the result. They're interested in the result that or the promise that your online course can deliver. Okay? So you earn money whenever someone purchases your course, whenever someone enrolls in your course, not when you physically show up to work. Okay? And by doing this, you're going from selling your time for money to selling the results. Your students, they're coming to you for the results. Like this is the key thing. They are coming to you because they have a challenge, a struggle. They have a desire to where they want to be, like where they want to go, or a problem that they want that you can actually eliminate from their lives. Okay, so you're not charging by the hour here. Yeah, that is an employee mindset. That's the yoga teacher mindset. Don't sell your time. Okay, write that down. We're not here to sell our time anymore. That severely limits your earning potential, severely limits it. That's not what we're doing in 2022, right? That's not what you're doing as a thriving yogipreneur in 2022. You are no longer selling your time. Sell the results that you can deliver. Like that really is what your students care about. And, this couldn't be more true. Seriously, we need to really understand this, fully understand this. Like, I've been in business now. If I look at my experience as an entrepreneur and like with my other business, Good Yoga Life, which is my retreat business, and now with Digital Yoga Academy, I, left my corporate marketing career 6 years ago. To do this, to become an entrepreneur. So 6 years in, and I failed so much along the way, like learned so much, still failing, still learning. But the one thing I know is that I would never be earning what I am now if I was still trading time for money. Because now I have an online business, okay, with multiple revenue streams. And I'll be transparent with you. I'm always transparent on this. And, last month, January, been a very profitable start to 2022. Okay, we've got residual income from payment plans for programs. We had the income from Elevate Online, the 3-day live training. Some of you guys were in that. Income from Launch Accelerator. Okay, this is the mastermind that started on Monday, which was very much a behind the scenes launch with teachers that already are in our community, who already have an online course, and they want to launch that course now with my support. Okay, so that started this week. We have income from Yogipreneur, beginner yogipreneur, income from evergreen sales, right, of our online courses that are for beginner yogipreneurs. We have income from one-to-one mentorship with our trained Digital Yoga Academy mentors, okay? For January, it totals around 80K, right? I'm not trading time for money here, okay? Of course, this isn't an overnight thing. I've been doing this now, being an entrepreneur now for 6 years, okay? As I said, failed so much, learned so much, still failing, still learning. It's about the results and the transformation, okay? And having a business model that actually sets you up for freedom and financial stability. And of course, it takes a lot of hard work to learn this. You know, I'm still learning, and now I can see like how we can make it better, how we can do things in the business to make it better, you know, this month and next month and beyond. And I'm actually, you know, trying new strategies all the time. Like, we've moved into 2022 with a new approach to how we do this, which is really exciting. So right now, I am implementing something quite new in my business. And I'm really excited to be able to share the results of these new strategies with the teachers inside Launch Accelerator, with the teachers inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher Program. Because as an online yogipreneur, you have to always be learning, right? You have to always be trying new things, be innovating. It's so important. And it's exciting. Like, I wake up every day feeling excited about what I'm doing. You know, had lunch today with my friend. I was like, I love what I do. Like, I love what I'm doing day in, day out. I'm excited about it. And it's happening. That excitement is coming because I'm connected to my purpose, right? I'm connected to my mission. I have a vision. I'm embracing failure. You know, I don't mind feeling uncomfortable. Right now, I'm trying new things. It feels uncomfortable because it could fail, right? What if it fails? But what if I never tried it? And what if it's a massive success and it's the thing that, you know, catapults my business this year in 2022? And I've got a feeling inside that it is going to be the thing that does that. What if I never did it because I was afraid of failure? So, you know, all of this comes with time and experience, guys. It's not something like overnight success is a myth. It doesn't exist, right? It doesn't exist. We're in this. When we're building an online business, we're in this for the long term. We're building something that's sustainable, right? So we have to get used to feeling uncomfortable. As I said, you know, we are growing, we are stepping up. And I don't tell myself that I feel that I'm stuck, right? I don't tell myself, oh, I don't have the answer to this, so I can't move forward. You know, I'm stuck. I'm just going to stay as I am and just do what I'm doing. You know, I actually act as if I do have the answers, and I trust my gut, and I take responsibility for the results, okay? Which is what we've been talking about today. And, you know, this is actually about breaking the rules, essentially. Right? You know, if we break the rules in a 9-to-5, we get sacked, right? We get fired. But as a business owner, there are no rules. Like, there's no one to answer to except your students, right? You know, you create the rules. You create the rules. Like, you're the boss. You make the decisions. Like, that is the beauty of it. That's the exciting part about it. You know, you have the freedom to design your business and to experiment. You know, I like to talk about your business being like a laboratory. Yeah, you get to be the scientist in the lab. Yeah, and you're trying things because you're not afraid to fail. Your goal is to learn from it. That's way more exciting, right, than being bound by the rules in a 9-to-5, isn't it? Really? Of course, you know, the other side to that excitement is that you need to also be your own motivator, right? You need to stay focused, you need to stay organized. You know, as I said, you have to get comfortable with doing hard work and long hours, especially in the beginning. And when you're trying to get things off the ground, you know, it's not easy. I'm not going to pretend that this is easy. It's definitely not. But, you know, as you grow, And as you learn all the areas of your business, remember I said at the start, you have to wear all the hats and you have to just get stuck in and be the jack of all trades. As you learn all the parts of your business and you start to grow, you can start to bring people in to support you in those areas, okay? Which again is also an essential part of being an entrepreneur, because we don't want to be doing all of this on our own, right? We need to bring support in and, recognize that as you level up, you will need that support. Bring other experts in to support you and to get the resource, otherwise you will feel stuck, when you start to move your business forward and you start to level up, new challenges arise, okay? Okay. Shared so much on this today, and I think just remember that your attitude is everything, okay? You can't let challenges get in the way of this. Yeah, you need to be optimistic and just really allow your passion to drive you forward with this. Allow your passion to drive you forward. Come from that deep rooted why you're doing this, why you're getting out of bed in the morning, guys. Really, that's what it's about. Can you feel excited when you get out of bed in the morning? I hope so, because that's what I really want for you. That is truly what I want for you, that you feel excited and ready to serve your community and do what it takes, so that you have that grit to keep going forward. Okay, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I hope that this has landed well with you today and given you something to think about. What have we got coming up? We have a free masterclass coming up on Sunday. Okay, come and join me on Sunday to be sharing the proven 3-step Yogipreneur Launchpad framework in this free masterclass on Sunday. It is 9 p.m. Bali time for me. That's 1 p.m. UK. And if you're in other parts of the world, just go and Google what that is for you. And yeah, I hope to see you there. We're going to be talking about how to get into alignment in your business. We're going to be talking about marketing. I'm going to share the 4 marketing pillars that you need in your business. And we're going to be talking about how you transition your community into paying students. So a 1-hour long masterclass with me. And yeah, I hope you will join me. I'd love to see you there. Otherwise, please keep checking in with our resources, the Yogipreneur podcast. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you are here with me as always. And yeah, keep serving, keep showing up. See you guys next week for more, okay? Love you and leave you. See you soon. Bye-bye.